Hello everyone, good evening, how are we all doing? Welcome along to the stream and welcome along to SILVERRUN Forest. This is my first time. I literally have clicked past this once just to make sure everything was working the other day, but I have not spent any more time on the map, so I'm exploring it as new as all of you are at the same time, although I'm sure a lot of you have spent a lot of time on other people's streams because it seems to have been quite a popular DLC, and from what everyone's saying, should be pretty good. So I'm looking forward to taking a look at it. Welcome along everyone, nice to have you all here. Hello Chinook, Samuel, Lone Star, welcome to you all. David, good to have you here. G'day Stone Cold Aussie, what's up Nismo, how you guys doing? Nice to have you all here, welcome along, welcome to the stream. Hello Greg, pleasure to see you as always. Steve, good evening, nice to have you here as well. So like I said, this is my first foray into SILVERRUN Forest. So I haven't even clicked past this, and we'll get in here and take a look. Now I do have, and I'm going to deselect everything, I'm just going to pick a couple of these. This is my mods I have for Elk Mountain, so there's a whole heap of things in here. We are just going to settle on easy dev, and that'll probably be about all we take in, I think. Something else I can think that we'd need at this stage, oh maybe store deliveries, if we want to try and get some things somewhere easily. We could do that with easy dev and teleporting and all those kind of things, but let's go and have a look. Do you reckon we might need more trees? Probably not. Where is it? For ST, my alphabet, there it is. Alright, I reckon. What Terra Farm's like on that. Oh, it's tempting to try. Maybe for another day. Alright, let's press go. Let's load it in and see what's happening. Hey Raymond, how you doing? Good evening. Hey FSG, how are you? Looking forward to my reaction. Well, I'm looking forward to reaction. Have you read Discord yet? I'm looking forward to hearing your reaction to that. So FSG and I recorded Hannah and Deanna last night. And FSG messaged me early this morning. He said, Arg, no game audio this week. Honestly, this series is jinxed. Well, I just went in to have a look at mine because as I was setting up my stream, my microphone wasn't connected. And I've got none of my audio either. So we'll have to see what happens. We might, I've suggested we might just skip Hannah and Deanna this week and roll things back. Maybe next week's what we did this week. We'll see. Rob, how you doing? Good evening. Greg, welcome along. John, how you doing? Yeah, FSG's covered everything. Just go and look. Just go and see what he's done. Right, let's get in here and have a look. Oh, we got to get dressed now. I already tried the Volvo outfit on because we had that in again. We had that, but I quite like these overalls. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna go with that. Here we are. Right, first time in here. Now I'm just gonna bump the time back down. So this is about all I'd done. I'd come in and stood here and had a look at where we start. So we'll go and take a bit of a look around. Off to look. Hey Alex, how you doing? It's just about bedtime. John, I agree, FSG's done a fantastic job of covering it, just the content he put out in the last few days, considering he's been juggling it in amongst all his work commitments and all that sort of thing. Very, very impressive. Yeah, agree. So, montage time, Lone Star, it'd be a 5-minute farmer. I could do a 5-minute farmer out of it just about, but it took 20 minutes. Look at the waterfall. I've seen the waterfall because I watched the making of it. But that's pretty cool. Just the sound. The only thing I didn't like is that it's so symmetrical. I just wish there was like this was just up a little bit higher and the water was splashing a little bit differently, but it's pretty cool. It was cool to see how they made these actually. If you haven't watched the developer stream they did the other day with Kermit and a couple of the dev guys, honestly how they made all these rocks and this here, like just I don't know, this is just me being me, but what's going on? I can't crouch because I'm water. Does that stream slightly higher? The stream outlet's slightly higher than the water. Gravity suggests that shouldn't happen. Look at that. The stream flows uphill. That's me being me. But just the way they made the stream and the flying water and everything is beautiful. Look at that. So nice. So nice. Kiwi Robbie think Giants is giving the DLCs to too many people, you reckon? Well, I'm the only Southern Hemisphere person that I know, or at least Oceania person I know that's got it. And I would have streamed on it a whole lot earlier if we went away for the weekend, but that's just how things were. Yeah, each their own. They're doing it as a marketing thing. They want to see as many people promoting it for them to sell as many copies as they can, and obviously it's had a pretty dramatic effect if the anecdotal evidence I've seen suggests that there's a lot of people have gone out and bought it on the back of having seen it in streams and things like that. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Hey Swiss Mizzy, how you doing? Hey Scott Free for what map is this? Is it on console? It's going to be on console very soon. Good to see you, mate. You must have stayed up. You'll delete all my vids then, sorry. Hey, guess what, Chinook? I've already set one up. I had one sitting there doing nothing, and I just was looking around. I was playing around before, and I can already set one up. So there's already one, Argsy Logging and Forestry, I think I called it, and it's already up and running. 10 slots. So I reckon tomorrow night's stream, I'm going to stream again tomorrow night, we might do that as a multiplayer one. And anyone who's interested can come in and join. So what have we got? This is home. Is the house? Can you go in the house? No. Look at that detail they put in the air and they can't even go into it. It's annoying. I wonder who's going to be the first modder to come in and pull this out and get access to it. Now I had a bit of a look beforehand. It looks like at the moment the map is all behind, all locked down. Like the original 3 maps, you can actually get in and find the map files, but so far I wasn't able to find them in my install. They might be there somewhere. I wanted to have a look and see if I could find the collectibles XML for it actually, because I'd love to do a collectibles video when we can. But there we go. So right, let's have a look. What are we going to do? Get my bearings here. So I've had a look at the PDA when Giants released it last week. So we're down here at home. It's kind of interesting, the map. I haven't looked. I'm guessing it's 2x2. It's got to be a 2x2, but it feels small when you look at the distance. You know, that road up there and this one across here. It just felt like a smaller map than 2x2. But I guess there's no fields or anything like that to give it perspective. How big is that field? Don't mod on to tell me how big that field is. But yeah, it just doesn't feel as big as a farming map for some reason. I don't know what it is about it. It's an interesting concept. DLCs are locked down. Yeah, I thought there might have been a way I could do that. So that's all right. I'll probably be able to use as a an option here somewhere to show collectibles. So I could play around with that. And have them found and things, so figure out. There's only 20 to find, so it'll take too long. But I know FSG was pretty excited about the fact that everything was dirty. I'm not sure if I could share his sentiment, but it is nice. It's got some time on it, does it? 153 hours. It's got some damage on it and everything like that. Just going to change that setting because I haven't changed anything at all. Right, auto. We'll turn our auto save off, and I want to change automatic start and stop. Off because that's what I normally have them on. That'll do for now. But yeah, there we go. So I don't know what we're going to do. What's everyone seen? Was there anything in particular anyone wants to have a look at and hasn't seen anyone do or wants to do or anything like that? Because I'm down to explore. Obviously want to go and have a little bit of a look around and see some of the new trees and all those kind of things. Probably quite a few of them around here, is there? I really want to see one of the redwoods. Actually, I was going to do some of the missions. That's what I did think. I thought maybe I could do some contracts. Farmland 5 Deadwood. So I was going to... that's interesting. I was talking to FSG last night about it, whether you can borrow equipment, but you can't actually borrow equipment for the Deadwood. We do some fertilizing. Who wants to see some fertilizing? To get stuck in and cut some trees down. I will just get stuck in and cut some trees down. So we're going to accept that contract. There's 7 trees to cut down. And it did say where they were. Yeah, Farmland 5. How do I identify which one's Farmland 5? So it gives me a target up there. Oh, and they do have numbers on it. That's handy. Cool. That's quite a way to drive our equipment. But let's go and I want to go and have a look up. Bring up our map. And we want to basically do a 180. But what I've seen of this container area and this this shipping yard from the screenshots and things like that looks pretty cool. A lot of logs stacked up here. A lot of logs. Is there any factories, Stone Cold Aussie? There is some new ones. Yep, there's some new carpentry and things like that. So we'll get into that. I was thinking it would be kind of cool to try and build the boat too. So build a boat. Build a boat? Yeah. It's either a boat or a ship. So I'm assuming, there we go, deadwood. Identifies it as deadwood. So does it have to be in the circle? Got one over there, 1, 2, you can see 3. One over there, 4. What I'd be intrigued with is, once you've cut these down, do they disappear? And you have to, will the mission reappear? Like, do they spawn the trees back in or not? Oh, there's some of the redwoods. Go over there and have a look at those. A mission. Oh, there's another one in there. 5. I think it said there was 7 in this area. One down in there. Looks pretty dead down in there. There it is. Another one. That's 6. Oh, there's number 7. I'm guessing that's going to be number 7. In fact, do I have to take them away? What does it say the mission is? I just have to cut them down. Up there, only cut down all dead trees. Each tree's marked. You can sell them afterwards. Oh, so they're actually marked. How did they mark them? There's no leaves up on top of the trees, they're deadwoods. But there's no other markings? No spray cans or anything? I don't suppose we can spray can someone else's. Spray someone else's tree? Not allowed to mark this tree. Let's see, just I'll cut this one down, see if it gives us a look at that, got an achievement. Cut down the wrong tree, keep an eye on the markers. Oh, that's a good start. So that wasn't one. Ah, there we go, the marker. Am I going to be penalised now then? Get a penalty, breaks it first thing. That's right, I did see FSG's penalty thing. Alright, there's one. Oh, listen to that sound. I do love that, just such a satisfying crash. Let's have a look around. What else we can find? I wonder what made that a wrong one. Was it because it was outside the area? No, no marking on that one. No. No marking on that one either. These ones here. Nope. Nope. What'd you do for 2 hours, Argsy? I ran around looking for trees to cut down. Here we go, another one. Unmarked outside the soup. I love it. If you have ATS Argsy, the map from where I can see is based out of Sander Point, Idaho. So it was interesting actually watching the developers stream. They showed like a Google Earth map where they'd tagged a whole lot of things like street intersections or road intersections, which they used as inspiration. But a lot of it's Pacific Northwest. Washington area up that way. What I understand, well, it's 2 next to each other. Oh, there we go. FSG's got you there on that Pacific Northwest one. They've improved that sound, haven't they? That's much more dramatic than it used to be. Sure, it never used to sound like that. This one. Yep. It was a bit delayed. Not nearly enough trees for Washington State. I think they'd probably break their tree limit. If they did, I think they said there was something like 10,000 trees on the map. Alright, is there one more? One tree remaining. Where is it? Feels like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Pacific Northwest Chainsaw Massacre running through with chainsaw out like this. Let's see if we can find it. Not down there, that was where the ill-fated mistake was made. It is down here. None on there? No. Lake Pondery is your best guess for the settings. So, interesting. Hey Caleb, how are you? Oh, there's one. That one. Ah, I see a marker off a lot of that. Yes. Right. Alright, we're done. So, interestingly enough now, if I complete the contract, which cost us $2 grand, trees disappear, they do. Right. So that probably proves that they would come back. If I kept them, can I keep the trees and go and process them? Intriguing. Intrigued to know. It's a pretty impressive bridge. Where are we on the map now? Get my bearing here. We're up the top here, up by the river. Let's oh yeah, these are the big berths. Big old redwoods. Yeah, giant sequoia. 28 meters. I don't know what the biggest one in the map is. Ah, I'm on the edge. Go further. 37 meter one. That's the limit. Right, we're right on the edge. There's a whole lot of sequoias out there. Teasing us. We can't go any further. You can cut them down, but they're not worth anything, are they? Streams. It just looks so good. So nice to see this. Actually put some thought into how these are done. And it's quite clever how it is all modelled, and then the textures added, things like that. Top left corner of the map, there's some biggies there. Is that right? Where are we? This way, is it? Let's see if we can teleport our way up there. Alright, these are the mammoth ones, are they? This one. Ooh, 43 meters. Yeah, they're getting really big now. 28 there. Quite dense too up in here, aren't they? That little bit of fog or mist or haze sitting in there too. That's pretty cool. Right, so we're up the top. What's this up behind us? Oh, look. This is the forestry outpost. This is what my screenshot is. Not that I took the screenshot, I just used one of Giant's lovely curated photos. Tower, let's see. There's a collectible up here so I can do my video a little bit later. One thing Farm Sim isn't the best at is going upstairs. Nope. In fact, quite a sparse one compared to some of the other Firewatch towers I've done. Nothing up there at all. There's the iron ore over there. It's interesting fog as we pan around. Look at the mist in the trees. I was just looking at that and then now it sort of appears and disappears as I'm looking. Oh, funny. Haven't seen one coffee house, so it can't be Washington. Caleb, you've got the year 1 season pass. Nice. Alright, we're going to jump back here. We're going to go and do some logging. We're going to go cut some things down. Got the skidder. We can go and pick them up. Maybe go and get something sold. We shall wait and see. I was quite impressed actually with how much money we were, noticed people were able to make off trees, which is good. So, let's get my bearings down here. Let's go to the train too. jump back to this one. Be able to find out what we own. So we own down here, back up behind us a little bit. That's where we were, isn't it? Up top of the bridge. We've got a track that goes the way up around there. So maybe we might wander down, do some logging down the bottom here, because I hope we've got closer access to some different bits and pieces. Part of which is the roller coaster there, and then I think other boats, the boat factory, boatyards there. Do I have to? No, I can't buy that. No, I can't buy that. So they're not buyable. That's good. Oh, unless I have to this is the roller coaster actually. And I must have all my little icons off, do I? I'd love it if you could turn these on and off by game saves. Again, just a little thing. Pretty cool. We don't actually have any requirement to buy it. That's pretty good. It's good to know. Build it and they will come. Hey, catch you later, Scott. Have a good one, mate. Have a good sleep. Nice to have you tune in briefly and see you again soon, man. Callum, good morning. Steelhorse, g'day. How are you? Good to see you. Alex, you've got the U1 season pass as well. I'm just waiting for the weekend so I can play. Looking forward to the Volvo excavators. I haven't even looked at the equipment. Haven't even looked at it, Alex, but there we go. Look at those. Pretty impressive, isn't it? So what is it? Grapple, harvester head, fast coupler. So is that case, fast coupler, we have a look at combinations. What can we put on it? Woodcracker, woodcracker, that's a grapple, isn't it? Yep. A buncher, color buncher, is it? Just a grab. Oh no, saw and everything in it. Must be a mulcher, forestry mulcher, yep. And then the planter. I don't know if anyone's done any planting yet. Maybe we should go the opposite way of cutting things down and actually plant more trees. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Great to see you as well. But yeah, some nice attachments. No buckets though. No excavator buckets. So do they, what category do they come under then? Now, is there new categories for these under vehicles? It's come under, they've lumped under forestry. They are under forestry machines. There's not an excavator category or anything like that. That thing looks awesome. So I'm assuming all of that will come under forestry equipment here then. If I can find it, forestry equipment. That's for the yarder. Yes, they're all in. Okay. Right. Back to what we were going to do. Let's go and jump in here. Go and start cutting some things down. See if we can make a mess. So, just trying to get my bearings. Where's our best trees? I reckon. Some good ones down that way. Let's go and have a look. Oh, you gave it a whirl planting the trees? Of course you did. You've done everything in the last few days. There's nothing left for anyone else. Hey Bex, g'day to you. Welcome. I was a bit annoyed there was no buckets for them, but surely someone would make the console. I'm sure there'll be an opportunity at some stage. Right, let's turn things on here. So, I haven't seen yet the new rings. There we are. Now I do know of the magic button to do this manually, where it will automatically connect. But let's just go and have a go manually here. Technically it goes green when it's in the right spot. Oh, not close enough. Not close enough or not on the right angle. Here we go. Ah, we've got green. Oh, we lost our green. Here we go, got green. Alright, I haven't actually looked at what length we're cutting trees to yet. We do that. What length are we set to? 6 meters. Always a good length. Let's start off there. Now, tell me, is that a setting? So when I pressed cut there, it automatically runs it there and then cuts it. Is there a setting to have it pressed to cut again? Let's go and have a look. And we've ended up with some short wood. Yeah, we want to keep separate. Wood harvest or there we go, automatic cutting. So I want that off. After delimbed, I prefer it that way. So you press the button again to cut it. Let's go and have a look now. We can grab another tree. Okay, got the green light. Spin that around. That way we can get it lined up with our stack. This should now, all going plan. Yeah, there we go, perfect. Does the delimbing, but doesn't trim it. So if you're wanting to line them up and stack them, does it a whole lot easier. Chinook, thanks mate for those gifted memberships. You're a legend. You go above and beyond for the channel and I am incredibly appreciative for it. Alright. You're probably all getting Argsy concentrating face. Later Washington Scout could be God. Indeed. Indeed. Well, that's the horn. What button am I pressing? Getting my buttons all popped up. Go. Just had a wrong button moment then. Now there's no option as your cab spins around to keep the camera position in the same spot by the looks of things. Would have been nice. What other camera options do we have? In cab, of course. What's visibility like? This is where the magic button would be handy, wouldn't it? But still get that green line there pretty easy. Put that down there, but laggy. I think it'll sort itself out in a minute. Yeah, what the modders do with the containers. So, an FSG stream this morning, actually, I mentioned briefly, Hispano Modding has been working on a container forklift or lifter or crane or whatever you want to call it, and a whole container pack for quite some time now. I don't know if he's still going to be doing it, but that was one where they clamp on top. They basically not using the toggles, but actually grab hold of it. So this is one instance where I can't see the line. So I don't know whether he is still working on that or what's going to happen, but I know he was. A bit laggy there for a minute. Do I have dual joysticks, Alex? I do. I haven't got them set up. So prior to starting the stream tonight, I actually jumped into, and that's part of the reason I've got all my Elk Mountain mods. I actually jumped into Elk Mountain to do a forestry refresher. And none of my keybinds were set up properly, so I'm using my controller tonight, which is just for forestry. When you've only got, well, for this tool, there's not too many different directional input. It's not too bad. So O, isn't it? FSG. Yeah. How close do I have to be to get O to work? I mean, I don't need it, but I need to try it out. So yeah, I do have dual joysticks. I've got the Thrustmaster T1600s, or whatever they are. Let's jump back. Oh, it's got a cutter. View. That's nice. Up here a little bit further. So that's fixed in view. I can't change where I'm looking with that. It's always looking like that. hand. So O. Was I too close then? There they go. Ah, hold it O. Okay, hold it and it puts it in position. That's pretty cool. Oh, that is nice. I like that. If I can map that to a button on it, how good would that be mapped to, like on your joystick? Like I'm gonna try and show you guys without breaking anything. So, like the top of my joystick, which is, where is it? There. It's got a button either side. That one there. And you've got the trigger button on the front. So you could actually, oh, and there's actually one down the bottom too. So there's 3 buttons plus the top hat up here. If you mapped one of those 3 buttons to be your lock on and cut button, which is O, you'd hold that down and then use the trigger button to actually do the cutting. That'd be pretty cool. It's very nice. I like that. Cool. I'm gonna tip that down on the ground. I like it. Everything they've done, they've made this so much more accessible. It's always been everyone's bugbear, I think, with logging, is it hasn't been accessible enough. Been too much of this, which to me is really therapeutic. I love it. I'll just sit in here for hours doing this. But they've certainly given it some thought. So how far away do we need to be? So we've got that circle. So I'm going to hold down O. It flashes. Oh, I confused it then. Couldn't get it. Struggled. Save it. I'm struggling to get this one a little bit. Lift it up a little bit higher. We win. We won. Ooh, that's a big fall. Oh, that's actually quite a big tree when you see it like that. Oh, the little girl's struggling. We're struggling. Alright, we'll go and grab a skidder in a little bit, I think, and move some of these out of the way. Give it map to the trigger and cut map to the button on the back. Ah, okay. Yeah, so I suppose that'd be kind of natural, wouldn't it? That was a big tree, actually, that one. Got a few logs out of it. Alright, well that's enough of this cleared out for us now. Let's go and have a play with the Volvo skidder. And see how that goes. In fact, we've got the winch. How about we use the winch first? Have a play around with this. We'll pull everything down into the right spot. And then we'll come back up with the skidder there, the grab, or whatever, forwarder, whatever you want to call it, and have a play around with that. Hey Farmer Ricky, how you doing? Corpnut, hello. How you doing? John Lass, how are you doing as well? Alex, where did I buy the joysticks from? Can't find any for New Zealand. I actually was fortunate enough to get them on Trade Me from second hand from someone for quite a ridiculously cheap price. So that's where I got mine from. Sorry to say. It was almost a steal, almost criminal how cheap I got those. Right, now I've obviously used the TAG fund plenty of times in 19, but don't know if we're going to have the same button binds. We need to turn it on. No, so lift winch. That just lifts it up normally, doesn't it? Yep. So if we hop out, give us an option. Pull winch rope. Now have I got it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Release winch rope. Ah, and it tells us where it's grabbing. That's nice. Ah, but I released it, I had to attach it. Okay. Let's try this again. Object too heavy. Too heavy for the wind. Right, what am I'm making a mistake here. This must be user error. I'm going to use my controller for it. Attach tree to winch B. Here we go. Attach another tree. B? Yep, there we are. Okay, now I've got it. This is one where I have to use my keyboard as well as the controller. Attach another tree. Oh, it's too far away from that one, are we? What's that thing? Saying something? Release winch rope, pick up object, and throw object. I'm gonna pick up on that one. That's alright. Pull these two out of the way first. How do I get the winch to pull in then? Control winch, Control K and Control M. Yep. Can I do that from out of the cab? That's what I'll be curious to find out. Let's try and position these somewhere we can pick them up. And then we should be able to attach is simply... Oops, no, that's attached the whole thing. Don't do too much with buttons. Detach tree, why? Okay, here we go. This is one where the winch doesn't work very well with having a controller. Also, yeah, I can imagine there would be. Hey, Scuba Steve, how are you? Just in time for the new PC. Perfect. Perfect. You'll be cutting down trees like a trooper. Right. See it? These pulled out of the way. One of those fancy keyboards with all the buttons on it. And you can map things. Right, so go back here, grab the winch again. B. And we get an R and a B. So it's two button presses on 19 with the way, and probably with the Taj Fun, the modded one. Makes winch rope, I think, reached. Get it on that one, we can. That'll do. Yeah, on 9, with the Taj Fun, I think you should just press B again and it will automatically reattach. And why? Detach. Easy. Would be good to have a sim dashboard for cutting machines. Lost the bet FSG's halfway through making one already, but that would actually... There's some merit in that. Where are you at with that FSG? We have a sim dashboard on the way for logging machines and winches. Hey Morne, how you doing? Lifesaver, Argsy streaming going full steam in this Teams meeting. Am I there to keep you awake? Is that my role? Happy to help, mate. Happy to help. Right, R and B. Sound like a musician. Oh, that went too far away. What's going on? Attach another tree. Oh man, so the rope's not anywhere near as long as it was in 19. Okay. Oh, okay. Below? Oh, because I could pick that one up, because it was just light. Okay. You can winch from outside the cab. Okay, same controls, I'm assuming. You're selling your Thrustmasters, Chunuk. Why is that? Alex is, you're West Coast. Get in touch with Chunuk, there you go. Looking for a joystick, Alex? Might only be one, but one's better than none. Alright, you reckon we can pull these ones down off the hill? How good's the Volvo? Let's test it. Fortnite's looking for 2. The Gator's winch and the Prenol's winch work now as well. Oh, do they? That's good. Be interesting again. I can already see modders and that having a go to see what they can do with it all. Get it on that bottom one, we're not going to be able to. I know we can, here it is. Oh, didn't like that though. Next amount of trees attached, okay. Who parked that harvester there? Consider it. Just enjoying the streams morning, good. Gonna need it by Tuesday morning, please, FSG. Yep, quick. I'm sure you've got nothing else planned for today. You know, you haven't got 3 days of work to catch up on with all your streams and everything else you've been doing. Alright, just a few more will get cleared out of here and tidied up. Then we can go to the other part. So I'm assuming if I use the same buttons as before, well, that loosens it off, that brings it in. And before it stops rolling away, why? Okay. What sort of range does it have on it then? Am I going to be able to get all the way over to this tree? I can. It's not bad. And I'll see if I can, yeah, I can kneecap myself. Does that mean I could do this? Yes, perfect. Alright, safety first. We'll jump into the tractor and do it, so we don't want to catch ourselves out with the winch, do we? One way, K and M. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. Oh, and we're feeding winch out. Control and K is winch in. Let's try this. This one up here as well. Oh. Crouch and K. Now, let's try and attach a few more to that. RB. Done. BFSG already thought of a good simple dashboard for a cutter. That's right. Physics are much better for the logs corp now. Yeah, I'm already noticing that. A few little bouncy glitches there and here and there. When I clicked on something in kind of the wrong spot, but all in all, not too bad. Alright, there we are. We'll push those ones up and then we'll go and grab the forwarder. Is he selling a PC with it? Oh, you got a better one with a lot more buttons. Fair enough. Is that your flight sim one? How can you have more buttons than the... What's this got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the side, plus the throttle. Another 6 on the other side, so that's 12. 3 on the one side, 13, 14, 15, and then there's 2 triggers in there. It's 1. No, just the 1. That's a lot of buttons though. I'm going to have to spend some time mapping it, getting it working well. The downside to using a joystick is having a controller, because obviously steering wheel and pedals would make it much easier using a joystick, whereas when you're using a controller it's 2 hands pretty much all the time, so it doesn't work quite so well. Alright, let's get this out of the way and go and grab the border. Pretty quiet. 50k to stage fun is still showing on mod hub. Are they replacing it or just duplicating it? Oh, this is just the authentic, or the Giants version of it, I suppose. they wouldn't take a mod off because they've released, I've done it the other way around where they know that they're releasing something like the Flexi Coil, for example. They knew they were going to do that, so the one that Hispano Modding was working on was kind of put aside. Right, this is actually a bit of a forwarder. Could take a while to load all these up. Let's see what the log physics are like though. This is what's going to be interesting for me. What are these physics like picking up a few logs? I reckon more than 2. Oh, no. Now I do have confession time. I've got one of my crane controls is it's almost around the wrong way for me. It's almost like I've got them inverted. Doesn't make it much fun to use sometimes. Oh, I've almost cut those logs too long for this. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. X56 has 12 plus more on the throttle. Is that the hottest joystick? You flight sim. Now I bet you the big Volvo wheel loader would pick up all of these in one go. That's about, wouldn't it? Yeah, not gonna be able to grab both of those. This is where I do have the one problem with controllers doing this kind of thing. Is there needs to be I probably need to adjust my dead zone just a little bit between the 2 different axes on the joysticks, on the left and right stick, the analog sticks, whatever you want to call them. Because I often will end up doing the wrong. See, like there, I'm trying to open it, but I'm actually, because I'm not truly vertical, I was actually doing a twist as well. Yeah. I'll be able to get that, am I? I'm going to keep on doing this. Get this big one. That's me input, wrong input. See, tried to take the arm the wrong way then. Alright, now we go up. No. There we go. It's going to slide out though. Yep. Alright, how much longer am I going to try this before I go and grab something bigger to try it? So it doesn't twist the whole way around. Interesting too. I've actually got no more rotation on the head to be able to just the way that's going to go. Twist it back around the other way. Yeah, that'll solve it. But it's still too long. Ah, disaster. This is where I'd edit all of this out and suddenly you'd just see me having a full load normally. What other camera options do we have here? If this one's any better. Not really. It's terrible. That's ugly. We need some auto load. We need some auto load containers. Where are the auto load containers? Alright. That's enough struggling with that. Oh goodness. Yeah, I've got the heavy. I've got they're too long, and I should have had that heavy end up the other end. It's not extendable or anything, is it? Alright. Let's bring in some bigger equipment. But like if he's Junior's forklift. Alright. What should we have a play around with? Set of pedals that you could possibly use. I don't know what brand, but two pedals, some of the big ones, but I think it's for playing. I know what you're talking about, Alex. Yeah, there's a rudder sets and things you can buy, isn't there? Kind of almost want to have a play around with one of the excavators. Or we go straight to... I'll use this somewhere else. Let's see. Let's try one of the excavators. We'll go large with a grapple. What safety beacon is? Why not? That's interesting. Giants are adding tinted windows in as an option. Pretty cool. Can't think of any mods I've done that on previously. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. Let's pick that up. Oops, no, don't have enough money to do that anyhow. Got around mic. Network today at work is junk. Almost 2 minutes behind and only been on for about 5. No worries, buddy. We'll catch up with you sometime again soon. Hopefully, might be able to join tomorrow night. Alright, let's have a look, see here. Alright, much the same. Let's see if we can do any better though. And this is the other one with excavators where controllers suck, as you can only do one input at a time. Whereas at least with joysticks, you can do a couple of things at the same time. I'll figure out the best way to no, we'll just stack on top. We'll stack on top and it's going to be ugly, but we'll live with it. Like FSG and forklifts you learn. About now is where I've just used the chat funnel here to pull the logs into the container. I haven't even got a container yet, so you put them into. It becomes muscle memory after a wee while. You do it enough times, you start to go, right, I need to do that, then that, that. Down there. Alright, let's try and grab some of those. I needed to tighten it a little bit better. There we go. 4. Now the question will be is how well they hold in there. So far so good. I'm actually impressed with that. That is, I would have lost those by now in previous versions. They would have swung around and been all over the place. You would have been playing pickup sticks forever. That's pretty cool. Did you Superman T? I need to ride the roller coaster 15 times for that, Greg. Oh, and then I'm gonna wreck it anyhow. We'll just pretend that that's a nice tidy load. We'll get it somewhere. Yeah. Grab those 3. I gotta say, oh, we did lose one. I was just about to say, I'm pretty impressed with how well this grabs onto things. I spent many a day in FS19 with FDR stuff, and you know, that was probably the best that there was, and even that wasn't immune to the odd slip and slide and all those kind of bits and pieces. But these do feel much better. I'm just not patient enough to use small equipment. I don't have Superman. I don't have Superman strength on this one yet. I don't know. Have they fixed? I don't think I've got the updated version of EasyDev for super strength to work on it. Unless they fixed it with... Yeah, see, I haven't got the latest version to break it. What was I trying to do? You reckon? Bits at ships? That's terrible. That's almost embarrassing to be driving around with. But where are we gonna go? How far do we have to go with it? Let's see. We're here. What does, if I was gonna look, the roller coaster doesn't come up under there. Does it come up somewhere separately or not? Roller coaster. And beams, planks long, metal floor tiles. Where do we build wood planks? So this is where we'd have to buy everything, isn't it? Single factory artics. What have we got? Furniture factory, wood turner, barrel factory. Oh, we can have a sawmill miles away from any paper factory. Mine shaft. Actually, we haven't been up there. Have that bit of equipment yet. Old sawmill. No, we've given up there. Let's have a look. Let's just go for a drive. See where we end up with this mess. Rob, thank you very much for that 10 Canadian dollar super chat. Got to run, have fun playing. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you for that. Hey, Saran. Sorry, I've been kind of deep in concentration. How you doing? Tommy Gunn, welcome along. How big's the DLC to download? Well, there's a game patch which comes out first. The DLC on its own is about 4 gig. I'm not sure how much the patch will take. We'll have to find out. Once you have enough hours on the excavators. Yeah, if I was using the joysticks on the excavators, I'd feel a whole lot more confident too. Alex. But yeah, Saran, no, I'm in it for the first hour or so far. It's good. I'm liking it. I'm not sure if it likes me at the moment, because look at this. We're driving. There's the shop. Roller coaster's there. What can we sell? Where can we sell something? I'm gonna get rid of it. Oh, before anyone else sees it. What's our closest spot? Oh, where was the sawmill? Missed that one. Oh, there's a sawmill there. Does the sawmill make anything, or is it just a sell point, isn't it? Point. Wood turner. Oh. Go back there. He must be in town, surely. Right on the other side. What other options? Paper factory. I saw where that was. Elm Creek's no good. Container warehouse. So it's the sawmill of the wood turner down here, isn't it? Go to the wood turner. See his big green beam. Hey Farmer, how you doing? Can't stop, is about to start work and can't watch while teaching people to drive. probably probably not the best thing. Each log has its own individual collision now, that's what makes things so much better. It's still bigger than they should be. I'll have to have a bit more of a play around with that. This was me being impatient, and now it's dragging so much I can't even get it up the hill. Hey Nismo, am I still trying to find out? Find out what? Go Volvo. Go, you good thing. You can do it. My first load of logs on SILVERRUN Forest. I was going to use the tagline, I run this forest, but at the moment I don't think I do. The forest runs me. Hey James, how you doing? See you. Thanks Alex, thanks for stopping in mate. Good luck with the joystick hunt. Hope you find one. Tara, good morning, how you doing? Gotta get back to work, good luck. Cool, thanks for stopping in and saying hello briefly. Have a good evening, good day at work. Didn't think anyone could make that Volvo any slower. Oh, to learn about the map, yeah. Yeah, gonna get fined for all stacked bad, blocks stacked badly. Probably deserve it too, James. Probably deserve it. Come on. Ugh. Holding up half the traffic, wasn't it? So before I unstrap these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 logs. Assuming this is the sell wood trigger. There we go. What's 8 logs? 11 grand. It's not too bad, is it? I mean, you could spend a lot of time prepping a field of wheat or barley or something like that to make 10 grand, 11 grand. And that car saw me coming, so he went the other way. You know you will. Got a joystick for your PS5 in this way. Nice. What's that like? Work alright? I haven't really thought about PS5s having a joystick. Oh, it's quite a architecturally impressive building, I must admit. Great Woods Gallery. Got a little bit of style to it. Alright, on my way back where we were. This will drive you crazy. So I know it's pretty early to start talking, but now that we've seen the full Season 1, or Year 1 DLC and everything like that, are people looking forward to Year 2? I'm assuming there'll be some sort of announcement in the next wee while. What they're going to bring, what their next expansion plans are. Alright, we're going to have another go. I'm going to be a bit more patient this time. What do we think? What are our thoughts? Do we reckon there's going to be something else good coming? Or oh, look at that turning, that's pretty cool. I had read about that. Nice tight little radius there. More like an excavator should be. Will it be FS24 or 25? Oh, and that's the $1 million question, Greg. My money would be on 25, I reckon. I reckon There's going to be another mobile game, I reckon. The end of next year. There'll be another 2 seasons, which will take us to the end of 2024, and then they'll release 2025 around about then. I'm starting off with a better starting this time. None of that garbage burst load I had. Which way I'm going, because this is the hard part. Is it's counterintuitive. You're looking one way and trying to turn the other. There we go. Look at that. That's much better. That's a better start. Now to make it even easier, we'll get the blade, get the winch, and give it a shove. With Volvo, maybe Komatsu will be next. Who knows? I think having done a forestry focused map, I think their next one will definitely be more farming based. But who knows? Purely speculation. Drain tiles on the fields that you have to fix. Oh, there's lots of stuff like that I'd love to see as well. Here we go, look at that. A bit of a swing on. You'd like to see them patch the game each year and stuff. Yeah, I think, you know, the game as service type model, ATS is, you know, 10 years or something now, isn't it? With ETS or ATS? I've been running the same sort of, you know, base engine. You think of other games like, you know, dare I say Fortnite or PlayerUnknown Battleground, they've been around for a long time now, running on basically the same engine. So I agree, I think that'd be the best way for them if the engine and development and that is possible, I think that'd definitely be the best way to go. Reset, abort. Pick up sticks inbound. Hang on. There we go, it's better. Itachi. I mean, I suppose this does open it up for more, you know, construction-based manufacturers and things like that. But I think if they started doing too much content like this, then they would go a little bit one way away from their base game content. I don't know. What I really wanted to do was a rock crushing contract. Alright, we're winning. Look at the pile. Look at that stack. This is the way to do it. We get overconfident now and make an absolute mess of it. What is she gonna do? Good thing I've got my high vis on, because we can safely do this, but we're gonna get out here and strap these down. What I do this quite a lot when we're logging. Strap down the base ones, so if something goes awry with the rest, you're not going to lose all your load. Oh, can we do it? Around a bit more. Back in a little bit more. Down there. No! I thought it was perfect. It was too good to be true. Ah, goodness. Oh, I thought I had that in exactly the right spot. I bet you if I looked at it from a different angle, I was miles away. Let's get that out just a little further. See, and that's where I tried to twist the grapple then, and I managed to loosen it off because of my lack of ability to have a dead zone on my sticks. And I'm going to do the same again here. Let's put that down, bring it a little bit closer. Started off so well. I have it on good authority it does, James, but I haven't tried it yet. We'll have to give that a go at some stage. It looks pretty beastly. I don't want to get that annoying stick, that sideways stick off there, but get those to stay. That'll do. Strap it down. There's obviously quite a bit of a collision difference between those ones, isn't there? Quite a big difference. What do we do here? Let's try and get a few more. FS22 EC. You can have a look for my excavator to buy, remove some trees and dig a swimming pool. You're going to get your own excavator to do that. Hey Charlie boy, how are you? Yeah, we'll try it out, James. We'll go and have a look anyhow. I'm keen to find out for myself. I can only go on what I've been told. I'm going to sit there. Let's do this. Cheat again. Alright, I reckon that's good enough. Let's get this one down and sold as well. It's better, we're improving. I always find it awkward putting the crane back on the back of those. After watching all these pre-release videos, you can tell who uses the cranes and who uses Super Stream. I mean, all of those that use Super Strength gears don't look kind of like that, stacking Lone Star. It's a shame. Hey, Tech for the Disabled, how you doing? Collect by a train going across here without looking to. Don't even know which direction it comes from. Here it goes. This trip's a little bit faster, isn't it? As long as I don't collect the power pole. You tried logging and you want to pull your teeth out. It is an acquired skill, tech. But I must admit, there is quite a few things Giants have added into this that has definitely made logging a lot easier. Strapped, and see what we get for this load. Probably a little bit more, I'd say. A few more logs, but they're not quite as big. Oh, less. Wow. Look at how much of a difference the size of the log made. Those were all... okay. Hey, Bozox, how you doing? Great to see you, mate. I was actually thinking the other day, it'd been a wee while since you'd poked your nose into a stream. You might have been lurking, but good to see you. So much better when nothing's tracking. Funny that, eh? What a strange situation. Can't wait for it. Next year, end of January, go to Brisbane. Nice, Nismo. Nice. Hey, Peter, how you doing? Good to see you, as it always is. Anything under 5 meters is wood chips. Good call. Oh. I like to live dangerously. I haven't actually looked at what the options are for wood chipping. We might have to take a quick look at that tech. Things up there. Right, let's see what else we've got in there. Don't play with the train. I've learned that before. Nismo. I learned that before. Is there anything in the... So we've got... Is this a wood chipper? No, this is the it's a yarder. I want to have a play around with that at some stage. There's not any new chipping equipment, is there? Got a big bag lifter, that's pretty cool. The Volvo for the wheel loaders. Shipping containers. Paint. Oh. Winches on the front of the vehicles. I have not. Which ones have winches on the front? I'll mention that the is under miscellaneous. Winch on this worked now. Where's the winch on this? See one. Or the under here. Winch on there. Let's find out. A winch rope. Here we go, look at that. Let's give this a go. We can go recover a tree with the this. That looks like a nice big one to cut down. How much power do you reckon it's got for pulling? Just don't try to pull a wood reel. You say that as I cut down a... oh, watch out for the bounce back. Oh, that's some good bounce back. 3.5 ton. Ponderosa pine. Let's see, how well are they, delimbing used to always be a little bit tricky. Oh, we're cutting the tree underneath there. It's going alright. Yeah, delimbed okay. So there's no measure, is there? There's no way to come along and measure from here how far I'm cutting along this, is there? Seem to be. Alright. Let's go, let's see what it does. Tree is, oh, maximum allowed weight is 1.5 ton. Alright. So what about the other ones? Let's see if one of the other ones has a bigger capacity. So what else is a front winch? So does this have a winch? I can't see one on it. I feel like it should. Find out. Oh, they have changed that, haven't they? Much. No. Maybe there isn't one. I'm not getting a prompt anywhere to say pull winch cable. I'm guessing it does not have a winch. Oh, there's another one in the forestry section. Thank you, sir. Forestry machines. Ah, the Raptor. Ah, it's got the winch on the back. Alright. Vehicles, get rid of that one. Let's see what this one pulls. Let's pull a little bit more. Okay. Ah, it can. It'll be good. Wouldn't it be good? I wonder. Let's have a look in here again. So that's the weight of it. Oh, it does have a winch. Ah, 1.6 tons. There we go. So what's the weight capacity? We can be able to see it through here. What's the capacity of this? This will winch 8 tons. Wow. It's pretty impressive. And this tells you, oh, it can carry up to an 81 centimeter log. Right. That's pretty good to know, isn't it? 8 tons, that's a pretty big, that's a pretty big bit of timber. So what we could actually try doing, could actually cut down another one and see. Pull them both at the same time. So, an hour and a half in, what are your general initial thoughts? I think they've made some great improvements on usability to make it much more user-friendly. And it's, you know, using this tree harvester, or, you know, one of the base games ones like the, you know, Argsy or the Rotne or Komatsu or anything like that. Not a huge difference, obviously. Of course, we've got the gens for wood chipping too, don't we? But, you know, cool range of equipment, liking some of the different bits and pieces. Pretty impressed with the grapple on that Volvo once I got my head around working with it. And I think if you are a little bit more organised with your with everything, but I mean, I'm only scratched the surface so far, haven't I? In terms of what's available, I like in the environment, the spacing, you know, just the scenery, the atmosphere. I'd still like, I mean, I haven't looked around. Is there a really, really dense piece of forest? In fact, let's go for a fly around. So I think that's the one thing that might really be missing from any map, is just a really, really dense forest area. I think whole Markra had some areas that sort of had varied areas, so some that were really dense and some that were more like this. But you know, everything's quite sparse. But yeah, great use of these different streams. Like, look at that, that's pretty cool coming up through there. Into the pond, out the other side, under the bridge. I mean, it's, you know, that's just gorgeous, really. Lovely looking. And very smart how they've used a lot of the assets. So, you know, they did say in their stream that they were going to make things like that available to modders in the future. Not sure when yet, but it's going to be pretty cool. The missions, I've only done the one, but once I got figured out what I was doing and what not to do, that was nice. But yeah, it just has a nice vibe to it. I mean, I've liked forestry for a long time, so not uncomfortable doing it. Is there a collectible here? Like there should be. Like the kind of place I'd put a collectible. No. Yeah, no, just it's cool. I don't think I haven't found anywhere yet, but it doesn't seem to me. Where's the farmland? Let's go and have a look. I think I don't know. I know why they've left the farmland in there, but just looking around the map, part of the map I've seen is there's not really anywhere you could go no man's landish on it and say, I'm going to clear this area and build a farm. I mean, you know, there's a field there, field 3, could make it a little bit bigger. There's not areas, everything else is kind of a bit of grass in there, I suppose. You might come in and plough some of that, but you know, there's not a huge amount of areas that you could go in and really do some forestry and build a farm like you might on no man's land. Feels bigger flying around it though. Been up here and looked at the iron ore. Yes. Now when are they going to see? When's this going to be repairable? When are they going to patch it in that you can repair this and then go for a ride on this after they've done it with the roller coaster? But I could see it being a lot of fun with multiplayer if you had some people who were keen on doing the logging and all of those kind of bits and pieces. That could be quite enjoyable too. I think tomorrow night we might try and do that, I reckon. If there's enough people who have access and are keen, we can jump into a multiplayer server. Won't have any mods or anything like that, and we can just have a play around, see what happens. See what we can do. Build a roller coaster together or something. Yeah. You know, I'd actually get into this. That bit of a tease, isn't it? Yeah, but no, in general, I think it's pretty cool. Gonna plant cotton or sheep for the cloth. Is that for the boats tech? I'd do it with sheep personally. If I see that as a clip anywhere, I'm going to curl up into a little corner and die. Oh my goodness. That one's going to come back and haunt me, I can tell. I can tell already. Thank you. But yeah, I generally getting back to looking at the map. It's forestry. It's what it's there for. It's what it is. Forestry. Get in here and if you want to have your animals and use sheep or whatever for your cloth to be able to make your sails for the boats. In fact, let's go have a look at the boatyard. You know, you don't even need to buy, you don't even need to have the pastures. You can buy bales. You can feed them with that way. In this super speed off, but here we go, boatyard. We're intrigued. I don't know. I'm sure there's big people who've tested it, but do the boats sail around a perpetuity? So eventually you're going to have a dozen boats or 30 boats out there, depending on how you've made. That'd be pretty cool. Be very tricky to plant trees again. Why do you say that, Mornay? Because you don't need to. I mean, I can agree with that. That's for sure. There's really no need to plant trees, is there? Ah, so that's interesting. So tell me, there's equipment there, but do we not own that because we don't own the mine? Does that come with the mine? No, it's just there. Ooh, let's go and explore this. Alright, so I can go into these. What's the little question mark? Help you expand your production, change the mines working permanently, cannot be purchased. The iron ores are collected in a heap next to it that everyone has access to. Can be refined further at the iron furnace. Metal can be used in other production. Okay. What are the purposes of these vehicles then? At least for doing rock missions or something. Nice little sound on there. Comes to the mine, same as the loader. Is there a loader in the store? I didn't even notice that. Steel horse. Look. Ah, look at that. Oh, I hadn't even seen that either. Oh, so that's at the sawmill. Right. Vehicle shop. Loader at the sawmill. In the sawmill even. Pretty spiffy. Yeah, cool. With things like that, like, is that a warehouse? What have we got? So the main sawmill building's all over here. Okay. It makes sense. I was going to say it's a very sparse sawmill. I wonder if there's a pile of wood chips grows as the sawmill gets used. Not much going on with that, is there? See a stair, you have to walk up it. Crawl. Straight now. Thank you. Thank you. Like, what's FSG sharing? But I know exactly what FSG is sharing. Thank you for clipping that. Appreciate it. Forward to seeing that doing the rounds on Discord. Right, anyhow, that's enough falling round. What are we? 10:35. Cut down a few more trees. In fact, I want to play with the big wheel loader. So what we'll do, we'll cut down a few trees, get access to the wheel loader, and see how it goes picking these things up. Turn it on first. I'd expect nothing less. It's karma, that is. My question is, if I hadn't reacted, would you have picked up on it? Of course you would have. You picked up on it. Hey, Esav, how you doing? So I don't even know what tree this is. I can cut it. I can. Green little symbol. Don't give me much wood of any sort, but anyhow. I get more wood from the sheep than I would from that tree. There you go. Got that one too. It was a deliberate faux pas. Now, is this going to be too big? This one might be too big for this woodcutter, is it? Is there any... So here's another question for you. For the chat. So, we have at the moment this forestry machine in here. Oh, we have to sell that. So it can cut a 65 centimeter tree. Is there any way to tell how big a tree is? In diameter. I mean, this will tell me the pine and height, but it doesn't actually tell me its diameter, does it? Try the O. Oh no, there we go, we can get it. How many containers you can stack on the train? I think it's one of the 40-foot containers, possibly two 30-foot containers, and possibly 2 or 3 of the 20-foot containers. Funny how I call containers by feet still. Everywhere else is meters. Right. We're a long way away from anywhere now, aren't we? Smokey the bear is not going to like that we're cutting down his home. That'd be pretty cool if there was bears. That'd be a neat addition. Yeah. Quick on to London. Ask the sheep about the girth board. How do you join? Tomorrow night, Goss. Tomorrow, once the DLC is out, we're going to have a server up and going. This time tomorrow. You are welcome to come and play games with me. Assuming you've got the DLC, of course. No, I've already set up a server. We've got one set up and already got the map and everything on it. So that's tomorrow night's plan, is to have a bit of fun, see what it's like in a multiplayer environment with hopefully as many people as we can get on it on time. Right, let's use O to see if it'll fix this for me. Here we are. Gosh, I love that. That is quite possibly my favourite feature. Because I could have sat there faffing around for quite some time trying to find exactly where that needed to be cut. Smaller trees, oh, smaller trees not so bad, but that one could have taken some time. On the multiplayer server, Lone Star, yep, BYO sheep. You've got everything. What time's the release in the USA? So I think, did I see in FSG, will be able to confirm that? Did I see in your stream this morning, FSG, that Kermit confirmed that release will be midnight in your local region on the 15th? So technically, New Zealand will have it in an hour and a half, if I understand correctly. Oh, there we go. Saran can confirm that as well. Kermit did say that. So about an hour or so before that, I think you might get a patch with a 1.8.2 version of the game. And then, pivot to, that's in the right spot. And then, yeah, and then on midnight the DLC should be available. I wonder if that's a way of Giants trying to manage the load on their servers. Start rolling out for midnight. The advantage of living in the future. That's it. Try to join the multiplayer tomorrow evening after putting Mini-Me to bed. Nice. Yeah, cool. Can make it. Too close there, mate. I'll just be here sitting in a harvester. It's the one thing I am comfortable doing. Not another patch. When's the next update coming then? There'll be a patch with this one. The update is coming out with the game, with the DLC. So again, I don't know if that's being timed or how they're doing that. Multiplayer servers actually, well, Nitrado servers all updated over the weekend. They were a little bit trigger happy and updated the game on all their servers. Oh, achievement. Cut down a lot of trees. Another hotfix. I was hoping actually that 1.8.2 might have fixed some of the things like super strength and easy dev not working, but alas it has not. Need to get the version of easy dev off GitHub that I do know has been updated. Right. Take one more tree out. Get this one here. Should be quite cool with the multiplayer to get the get a yarder set up and run that all over the map. I want to try out. You've just got an update on Steam on the west coast of the US. There you go. Well, that would hopefully, it's hopefully going to be your game update. Ooh, I wasn't going to cut down these little trees. Alright, let's give this big behemoth a go. Where is it? Get that tree out of the way. Our store delivery just here. And go and find it. Now we're going to do it this way, through the DLC. Right at the end, isn't it? Oh, there it is. Safety frame. On the back. Green beacon. Is that beacon on the sides, is it? Yeah, that beacon right there on the side. No, yes. Right, let us lease this. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's pretty cool. Well, there we go. Update FIFA 22 has just hit for everyone. So, well, that makes sense because it'll be effectively an hour or so before the first regions will start getting access to the DLC. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realise it had the little claws. Oh, that is awesome. That is such a good way to do it. Right, I want to try this. I know there's some discussion this morning for FSG about loading trucks. So let's do this. We need to get that low loader. I'm going to take the Globetrotter because it's a neat looking truck. While they're about configuring it or anything now, we'll lease that. Bring that back. We need, this is the low loader, isn't it? That takes the, it's the one for the containers, isn't it? Yeah, it's got the, see, it's got the lock. It's extendable. At least that. Right, now, container. We want the 6-foot version. Also, we have to get an orange one, like that. And last but not least, let's get something to lift it with. Volvo pallet fork, is that the biggest one? Ooh. A 180H. What am I looking for? We'll load it. L180H. There you go. Big. Go big or go home around here. Xbox Game Pass shows 11 PM for you. 22 hours for DLC for tech. Nice. Nasty, how you doing? Hope you're all doing well. Finally caught you live for a change. Here we go. Well, it's a different, completely AWOL time for me to be live, to be honest. Normally do it now. Actually, I don't know if you tested it, FSG. Can you load the containers without them on the back of the truck? I'm assuming you can. Who parked all of this in the way? Just ignore me as I get this all sorted out. That's some funky physics right there. Tested it works. Okay, cool. Let's do this. So, assuming I'll stand here and open those. Yep. We're just going to snatch the trees out of the grapple. On these ones, well, these ones will probably pop up and say that they're too small, aren't they? Where does that warning appear? Let's do it this way. Here we go. Reduces the sell price. Those are the ones I should be chipping. They should be chipping. That beeper is a whole lot less obnoxious than some of the others around. I just make that claim right now. Where do we want to go? All the way down. Chinook, I saw you heading off, mate. Thanks for joining, buddy. Nice to see you. Hopefully you can catch up tomorrow. Hopefully you're around and join the stream. You managed to get on some multiplayer? Here we go. Right. Those ones up too. Oh yeah, why didn't I think of doing it this way? Just twist it and just drive straight in. Oh, I was going to say, that won't take the last one. We got it. Got it all in there. Thanks for the gifted subs too, Chinook. Appreciate it, mate. You are a legend. Right, what do we have here? I want to... Actually, we'll do this in 2 goes. We pick these ones up and stack them on the other. Pretty shaky. Good wobble. John, you missed it. You missed a little bit earlier. I tell you what, it was not pretty. It was not pretty earlier. There was some rather offensive loads being taken along the road, and Department of Transport and pretty much anyone would have been horrified. But this, I'm loving this. This grapple is awesome. This would have made all the difference on a number of my forestry missions previously. Oh, we're too high. Going to the right side. Full? Is that going to fill it up? It was only, what, 3 or 4 trees? How is there a full capacity on this? 20,000 litres? 96%. Or is that full capacity? Yeah. Hey Holden, how you done? Just cheating here. 98, 99. This is actually quite impressive how easy it is to pick some of this stuff up. This will be how people do logging now. Drive around with a shipping container on the front of a front loader, hoping to scoop trees up off the ground with some clever driving. Oh, we're full. All right. That was a pretty quick way to get 22,000 litres of wood picked up. Oh, you lost your power, Stone Cold. That sucks. Oh, mate. You have to catch up. Well, hopefully you got the DLC and you can join tomorrow night. That'd be pretty cool. If you're able to. Now, I don't have to extend the trailer, but how do I extend the trailer? Let's... I know that unfolds it. Slows down. Oh, I'm going to do that again. X unfold. Oh, there we go. Mouse button on that one. Can't do it with my controller. Oh, no, I can. Here it is. I don't need to, obviously, because we've only got this smaller container on. Hey, you're welcome, Joran. Hopefully catch you again soon. Hopefully you can join tomorrow. It'd be awesome if you can. Good to have a full lobby. We've got 10 slots on the server I've got set up at the moment, so I know I don't have to be too careful with this because they'll snap into place, won't they? We are. Yeah, beautiful. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Alright, let's go for a little drive. I can navigate my way out amongst all this mess. Who left a tree plant? Who cut a tree down and left it in the way? Hello Mark, how you doing? Off pay week. Next time maybe. Oh, good man. Good. Oh, there's a stump in there. Out for those. How are you, Mark? Are you doing well? I'm sure you will be. You are a well man. So what are our options for... Does it show containers separately? Not. Doesn't. So what are my options? The container warehouse, isn't it? Get to the container warehouse. It's right up there, so we'll hang a left and follow the train tracks. Look for that train again, we don't want to get caught out. No, we're good. Which part of the world are we in? Right side. Ooh, who's going to wait for who? They can wait for me, they had to wait for the pedestrians in here. So this is one of the new trucks. What's it like on the inside? You'd expect, I suppose. Volvo. Oh, got a gear shift going, which is nice. Doing good, just drop the car off to get the rear pads changed. That time of the month, is it? Ah. Terrible breakouts. Terrible. Where are we heading? It's quite a nice little bit of detail, isn't it? See the tracks as they come out there out of one of the forestry roads. Very good, very nice. Still intrigued with the whole billboard scheme they have all over the place. Which way do we go in? Oh, there goes the train. Hope we didn't need to offload onto that. A lot of redwoods here too. Very nice. Up in there. I'm a dad, it's allowed. Even that was pretty bad. Bad as far as dad jokes go, Mark. Alright, there we are. 71,000. Oh. How long did I muck around with those two loads with that forwarder, which was about what, 15 grand? We swooped in with 71 grand out of that. That's pretty neat. Pretty impressive. So, here's a question for you. If you can make money that quick in forestry, what is the end game? I know FarmSim never really has an end game as such, but if you can, if I can make 71 grand in less than half an hour, right? Okay, I'll lease the equipment, but I could take a loan out and buy that equipment, and 10 loads like that, I've paid it all off. 5 hours of forestry, paid it all off. Probably earn more if I used 40-foot containers and got bigger, longer logs too. Boats on the roller coaster, you reckon, Tech? I mean, I suppose that's true. So I suppose if you look at it from that sense, to build those, alright, where are we here? What's this? You gotta buy the flooring factory, 110 grand. Now, doesn't something need the floor? You need flooring for one of them? Can't remember what, but I suppose if you're setting up, you've got to buy enough money to buy all the production points to be able to build all the different bits and pieces. I am on E. I think I'm probably on normal. Fuck. On there. Nope. It's this one. I'm on easy. Yeah, easier than it normally would be. I'm normally playing hard. Hadn't even bothered looking. But it does pose the question. I've always known forestry is a good way to make some money if you have the equipment and the time, and can get into it. It can go very quickly, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But anyhow, everyone, I think that is a great place to wrap up my first couple of hours here on the new map. As I said, tomorrow I already have got the multiplayer server up and running, so I'm going to check it after this, and hopefully we can get into that. If we do, I'll put everything in Discord and share all the details there for anyone who wants to join tomorrow night. Same time, same place, and we'll see if we can get some people in here and just have some fun with some forestry. There'll be no rules, no limits. We'll just buy some equipment and have a go at, loading some trucks, chipping some logs, doing whatever, just having some fun, seeing what it's like with multiplayer. But that is going to be tomorrow night. Right, something a little bit different. Yeah, floor tiles. So you do need to buy that flooring place for $110,000. There's probably about 5 different production points you need to be able to buy to even build the roller coaster. So you're going to do it realistically. There's probably one way that you will get a bit of an end game out of it. So there we are. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you joining in today. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Nice to have you. Thanks. If you dropped a like on the video already, appreciate that as well. If you haven't, don't forget to hit that on the way out if you've enjoyed things. And if you're still on the fence, or my stream or anyone else's content's helped you decide to pick up a copy of the Platinum expansion, it's live in an hour in New Zealand. Let's put it this way. We're only 56 minutes away from it being available here in New Zealand, and then on its way around the world. And double check your downloads, because everyone's reporting that version 1.8.2 update of the game has been popping up on Steam and elsewhere. So go and check that out and make sure it's up to date, so when you do come to download the update, it doesn't take quite so long for you. But otherwise, hopefully we'll see some of you tomorrow evening as well. If not, have a great rest of your week, and we'll catch you in another stream sometime soon. Alright, thanks everyone, see ya.